I've never traded futures, but I challenged myself to become profitable with only 24 hours of focused work spread across 3 months, and my account grew by $126,600. But it wasn't as easy as it sounds. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it, the mistakes I made, and what you need to know as a total beginner. So imagine trading is like this chain. There are 5 parts to it, and each part is interconnected. To become profitable as a trader, you need to master all 5 parts. If you fail in any one part, the entire chain breaks. The first part is understanding the market. The second part is understanding the platform. The third part is how to build and test a trading strategy correctly and how to build a portfolio. Since I'm not a total beginner when it comes to trading, I'm currently a Forex trader, so I understand the Forex market. I understand the platform, which is MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5. I know how to build, test a trading strategy and build a portfolio. So if I want to tackle futures trading, there are 2 links in the chain that would need to change: the market and the platform. And most futures traders, they either use NinjaTrader, TradeStation, or MultiCharts. How can I trade futures without also needing to learn a totally new platform? That's where I discovered on Darwinex Zero, you can trade futures on MetaTrader 5 platform for €50 a month, which gives you access to a simulated account of $1 million. By the way, if you want to sign up to Darwinex Zero, you can use the code Lisa for a discount. Okay, so if I don't need to learn a totally new platform, then the only thing that I need to learn is the futures market. The rest of the 4 links in this chain remains exactly the same. I went and asked ChatGPT, "Hey ChatGPT, I am a Forex trader. What things do I need to know to pick up futures trading?" And ChatGPT said there are 4 things that I need to know. First, futures don't have swaps, which means it has less fees than trading on a CFD broker. Next, the contract sizes are different. The minimum lot size for futures contract is 1 lot, and futures contracts expire. When one contract expires, you have to switch over to the new contract. And the futures is a centralized market, so the data is standard. It's not like Forex, CFDs, brokers, where every single broker has a different data feed and different historical data. Great. Next, what assets should I trade? These are the 5 different assets that ChatGPT recommended to start with. Great, let's now talk about data. So in Strategy Quant, which is the software I use to create and test the strategies with, up in the top under Data Manager, you can see there's a button here that says SQ Futures Data, which when you click on it, it downloads the standard futures data for me. And I kicked off the download and let my PC run overnight. So far, I've spent a total of 4 hours just chatting to ChatGPT and setting up my futures data. The next day, I came back and all the data had been downloaded, all 15 years of it. And next, I needed to create strategies and test trading strategies. And I already have a workflow that I developed for Forex trading. I didn't change anything. All I did was feed the futures data into the exact same workflow. It was already set up to apply the best practices in algorithmic trading. That took an additional 1 hour, so all up I've spent 5 hours. After a couple of days leaving on my PC, I came back and found about 200 potential strategies. I spent 6 hours filtering these manually and ended up picking 17 for my live trading. All my strategies were put on a Darwinex Zero account to trade. So far I've spent a total of 11 hours. Now, here is where I made my very first mistake. I totally forgot that futures contracts expired. So there was about a week in January where there were no gold trades because my robot was trying to trade, but trading had been disabled for that contract. And that was totally my fault. On the Darwinex Zero website, up top, when you go to assets, and I filtered it by futures, gold, and you can see there are currently 2 available contracts, GC_J and GC_M. Currently, the _J version is about to reach the end of its expiry, and soon I can only close the existing trades. In the meantime, the new contract, which is _M, is open, and there is an overlap between the old and new contracts. Learning about the contract expiry took me about 2 hours, which brings the entire process up to 13 hours so far. You can see currently now it is up 12.66% on this $1 million account, or $126,600. Now I've just spent the past 6 hours doing analysis on the trades on my account, bringing the total effort to 19 hours. And what I found in the analysis was that out of the 17 strategies that I traded, 3 did not match the backtest. The other 14 were pretty accurate. For example, this gold strategy trading on the 4-hour time frame, the green is the backtest and the red is my live trading. You can see recently with the big moves in gold, the robot captured it quite nicely, and both backtests and live trading are trading upwards. Not everything is profitable, unfortunately, like this ES strategy. Again, green is the backtest and red is the live trading results, which is currently in drawdown, which is okay because overall the S&P 500 is down due to the war in Iran, but the backtests and live trading results are aligned. I also noticed a huge variation in the profits and losses trading on one contract. So here I've got a 6C, which is the US Canadian dollar, and these are my live trades over the past few months. You can see that the average profit and loss is between $35 and $500. Whereas now on my gold strategy, the range is between $600 and $5,000. But the worst I've seen is about $25,000 trading on one contract. So Forex is $500 and gold were $5,000, a huge discrepancy between trading one contract. Next, I was quite surprised to see some of my Forex strategies were actually pretty good, like this other US Canadian strategy that I also traded, which has an upward trading slope compared to Forex trading using CFD brokers. Because there is no swaps in futures, potentially trading Forex on the futures market might be more profitable. Which brings me to the end of phase 1 of my plan, which was to learn about the futures market. The basics have been covered. Time for phase 2, which is to build better portfolios. The profits and losses across the different assets needs to be more aligned. So Forex is not making $500 and gold is not making $5,000. The goal is to standardize the risk across the different assets to 0.5%, which is $5,000. Now, this can be achieved by increasing the lot sizes traded on Forex and trading on a lower time frame for gold. So over the next 6 hours, I'm going to generate new strategies and build a new portfolio, which will bring up my total efforts to 24 hours. I was able to take the exact same workflow that I use for Forex trading and just feed in futures data. And now I'm managing $60,000 worth of Darwinex silver capital under this account. This is the exact workflow I use to create the futures strategies and Forex strategies. So watch this video next where I show you each and every step of this process.